Hello guys, welcome to our first video of this new quarter, this September, December 2020. This subject is travel services. So remember, put your headphones or earphones on and let's go. Okay guys, this is our second class, our first video, but this is the second class. So in the last class we talked a little bit about what a travel agency is, and just to remind you, this is the concept. Well, as you can see, it says that it's a private retailer or public service that provides travel and tourism related services to a general public on behalf of suppliers. What is the meaning of that? What does it mean? It means that, imagine that on one side we have all the suppliers, we have all the tourism industry, we have the hotels, we have the restaurants, we have the entertainment companies, and all the services that we can need when we are outside our usual place, when we're on vacations, when we're on a trip, right? And in the other side we have the customer, right? So if you want to plan your vacations as a customer, you need to go to every single provider, every single supplier, to get the service that you want, to get the service that you need, right? To look for the best price for accommodation, to look for a good destination, to look for the best activities to do in the destination, to look for maybe the best restaurant or the best places to go, right? And well, it means a lot of work, it means research, it means payments and payments and everything, right? Well, if you go to a travel agency which is in the middle, industry, customers, travel agency or travel services, right? They are going to do all that work for you, right? Because you don't need to go to every single supplier. You just go to this place and they have agreements with all the suppliers, and they are going to look for a better price for you, for a better option for you, and you don't need to look for all that information. You just tell them what exactly you want to do or what activities that you are interested in, and what are the destinations that you want to go to, right? And the kind of services that you are looking for, and they are going to do all that work for you. You just are just going to do one payment, and they are going to do all the work for you. But isn't it cheaper if you go directly to the supplier or to the provider? Maybe, but not always. Why? Because imagine that the suppliers are going to give you a price, are going to offer you a price. That price is the general price, is the one that all the people pay, right? But they sell, or they have a different rate, they have a different price for groups or for travel agencies, right? So the travel agency is going to get that service in a better price, and that's why they can offer a good price for you, or even lower than the one that you can get if you go directly to the hotel, right? Well, that is just one of the advantages of a travel agency. Well, there are a lot of advantages. They can maybe make or give you a personalized service, or they can give you better prices, or if you want to get a airline ticket but maybe they don't have offices in the place where you live or something like that, or maybe you are afraid of paying with your credit card online or something like that, they can get those tickets for you. Or you want to go to a show or to an event or something, and you don't know where exactly to go to get those tickets, or how to do everything related to your trip or to your the trip of your event, they are going to do the work for you. That's why it's good to have travel agencies. Well, now let's see the services that are offered by a travel agency. Did you see those services? Well, they are accommodation, transportation, food and beverages, car and bus rental, circuits and tour packages, excursions, cruise services, tourist guide, travel insurance, which is very very important because you need to have an insurance when you travel. Visas and special permissions. You know how to get these permissions or these important uh, documents to travel abroad. They can do everything for you. They can tell you what to do and how to do it and guide you in all your process. Well, special events, show cultural and sport events, fairs and exhibitions, congresses, seminars and conventions, abroad studies or academic exchanges, and the currency exchange. These are some or the most important services that are offered by travel agency. Well, guys, let's see this slide. Well, it says that a travel agency can be a counselor, can be an intermediary, can be a creator, can be a marketer, can be practical, can be financial, and administrative. But let's see why. Good. Well, it says that the travel agency is a counselor. Why is it a counselor? Well, first of all, because they are going to guide you in all your process for your trip. Even if you have the idea about where to go, what to do, and everything, they are going to guide you in all your process about the payments, about where and how to get the better price for your tickets. So they are going to get them for you, and they are going to tell you what are some activities that maybe you didn't have in mind or you don't have in mind because you don't know the destination very well. They need to have a lot of knowledge about the destination. I mean, a travel agent need to have a lot of knowledge about the destination, about the cultural and technical characteristics and features of every destination and everything related to the trip, right? And about the situations that maybe you may have by doing some kind of activity, if there is some risks for you, if you go to a specific place, if you want to go through a specific way or something like that, they are going to guide you in that in everything related to your trip. That's why they are counselors, right? And if you don't want exactly where to go and what to do and how to do it, well, they are going to help you and they are going to organize your trip according to your needs. They are going to look for something that fits your needs. Okay, and it says that well, the slide says that a travel agent need to have social skills. Why social skills? Because this person needs to handle with all kind of people, right, and with the needs of all kind of people. And this counselor needs to have these social skills because this interaction, by this interaction, is how you, as a seller, because this agent is a seller, is going to make feel more comfortable to the customer. And if the customer trusts the travel agent, and the travel agent does a very good work, it as a result, the customer will have a very very memorable trip. Okay. Well, and the technical and cultural coaching, because of what I mentioned before, this person needs to know everything related to the trip, the documents that maybe you will need in your trip if you go abroad, what is the process in the customs, for example, or in the border or whatever, right? Or in the airports, of if you want to travel and to transport something, this person is going to help you. if it is correct or not, or what you have to do and everything. So you don't need to be concerned about your trip, right? Well, let's see the following slide. It says that the travel agency, it is an intermediary. As an intermediary, this is going to handle with all the handle and to make the agreements and to make the deals and to look for better prices for you with providers, right? And the what are some of the remote services that this company offers? What is the meaning of remote services? Remote services, it means that maybe the provider is not in the place where, or in a place where you can go directly, yes, but they need to have a contact to be in contact with them, and that's why they are going to be the way for you to get these services, right? Well, what are these remote services? These are tickets for certain means of transportation, right? If you want to go to get some airplane tickets or bus tickets or transportation, internal transportation in the city where you want to visit or the place you want to go. Accommodation in establishment within the hotel. Yes, the accommodation in the hotel of your preference or in the hotel that has all the characteristics that you are looking for, or maybe a specific, very specific accommodation in a hotel, right? Maybe if you want a hotel with a balcony, or sorry, a room with a balcony, or if you want a room with a specific thematic or something like that, they can get it for you. Tickets for certain cultural or sporting shows. Usually, or sometimes, it's very difficult to get tickets for a concert, for example, of a very popular artist, or a show, or something like that is very popular. Sometimes it is difficult to get tickets, and trust me, a travel agency, they have in almost all the times the way to get those tickets for you, no matter how difficult it is to get it for you as a simple customer. Car or venues rental for party and congresses. If you need car rental or transportation rental or a venue rental for an event in a place or in your trip, they can get it for you. Travel insurance policies. This is something that it is very important. So travel insurance is going to make you feel secure in your trip, and you are not going to be concerned if something unexpected happens, or well, I don't like to think in accidents, but in those cases, they are going to be concerned about it and not you, right? So it is very important, even for you, if you want to organize a trip and you have your transportation and your group of people and everything, and you don't have an insurance, you can get an insurance in a travel agency. Trust me, this is something very important, and it's much better for you to have an insurance when you travel. And tour guides. If you want to go to a place and you don't have the information and you want someone to give you an explanation, these travel agencies, they can be the intermediary and they can hire these services for you, and you don't need to be concerned about it. Okay, well, let's see the following slides. Well, in that slide we have some combined travel services. It says that these are generally offered by wholesalers and tour operators. In this case, the mediating function of agency becomes merely a distribution function. What's the meaning of this? Well, in the future we're going to see the difference between a wholesaler and a retailer. But well, basically a wholesaler is big travel agency which operates their own trips, and a retailer is a very small travel agency which doesn't operate the trips, or well, the big trips, but they are just the sellers of those trips, and they just operate like small trips or very local trips or something like that. But well, we have these subsidiary services. What is the meaning of this? It means that the price of these services are not determined by the travel agency, right? Because they don't depend on the travel agency, but they depend on many other factors. For example, currency exchange. This, the price of this, the price of the dollar, the price of the euro, of other currency that exists in the world, it is determined not by the travel agency, but is determined by the the value of this currency according to the products that they have in their country. Well, this is a very complicated situation, right? But it is according to the value of the currency in that moment. And change and sale of traveler checks. Usually the traveler checks are they don't depend of the travel agency, but they depend on the airlines or other means of transportation. So in this case, this is according to the mean of transportation that you are getting as a service. Modification or cancellation of reservations. Well, the same. All the means of transportation, airlines, bus lines, and everything, they have their own policies. They need to protect their interests. That's why they have some policies that apply in the case of cancellation. So the cost of these, or the extra pay, or the fee that you need to pay for these kind of services depends on the policies of the airline or the bus line or the company that is giving you the service of transportation. Then processing the necessary documentation for the trip, such as passport or visas. This also doesn't depend on the travel agency. The price of these, and not just the price, but the final decision, or if they give you the documentation of or not, it depends on the offices of immigration in every single country, right? The embassies, for example, or well, the office that they have in the country, but that represents the country abroad. They have their fares, they have their prices, and they have the final decision if they give you if they approve your document or not. So in this case, the travel agency, as mentioned in the slide, is just is like a just a distribution service, right? At the end, the product doesn't depend on the travel agency. Well, and that's it. And let's see the following slide. The other function as an intermediary is, it says, the supplier representing services, destination, or other travel agencies. The travel agency acquires the product and then sells it, so it is taking the risk of the operation. There are two ways to, well, there are many ways to operate, but two main ways to operate of a travel agency. They sell the products, I mean, they are the intermediary and they sell the services of the providers, and they get like a commission for those services. And this way, when they acquire the services, they pay for it, and they add an extra cost for it. But this is a risk for the travel agency, because if they sell it or not, it's problem of the travel agency. So it's not the same if, for example, I take people, or take a group of people to your hotel, and you're going to give me a commission, a percentage of that, that is going, it is going to be the money that I'm going to earn by doing that transaction or by giving that service, right? And if I pay those rooms for you, but now I need to sell them, okay? I already pay for them for a specific date or for a specific season or something like that, or even in transportation or in the entries for some entertainment services, something like that. And now I need to look for a way to sell them. This is something that can be good or bad according to the demand of those services, and well, the price that I'm going to determine for them needs to be according to the demand, but also according to the price that originally the company offers. So I need to give the client something that it's attractive for him or for her, and this way I'm going to increase my sales. But now let's see what is the process of this. Let's see. Well, as you could see, step number one, the tourist product supplier gives the agency necessary information about the service, about its services, and the documents or tickets that formalize the sale. Yes, the provider is going to give the travel agency all the features, all the characteristics about the service, right? And the different services that they offer and the different prices. And this way, the travel agency can create their own packages, right? Or combos or whatever to be offered to the public. Then the agency knows and promotes the services of its suppliers by selling them to its customers and the price that they have set in agreement. Yes, the travel agency is going to promote the services of the supplier because they want to sell. And if the service of the supplier is attractive, okay, they are going to sell more, and they need to do it or to make it also more attractive than it is originally. And well, the price that is offered to the agency is set in an agreement with the provider, and this way the travel agency can give you or can offer you as a customer a better price. And the agency, once it has received the money from the customer about the product, saves or deposit, and it sells it with the supplier. Yes, as I mentioned, there are two ways to earn money in a travel agency. One is by commissions, and the other one is by reselling the product. This means that when the travel agency receives the money from the customer, they need to send this money to the provider and or the supplier, and the supplier needs to send the commission, to send it back, to send the commission back to the travel agency, and this way is how they are going to earn the money. I mean, the travel agencies. And four, the supplier take the compromise to pay the commission agreed with the agency for such sale. It's essential that in this function there must be between the agency and the supplier the conclusion of a contract. Yes, a document is, or this contract is a document that is going to make official the agreements, and this way everything, or sorry, everybody is going to be happy. I mean, the supplier, the travel agency, and the customer. Okay, but because they have set the prices, and this is going to avoid some confusions. Okay. Well, now let's see the following slide about the next function of travel agency. Well, it says that it is a creator. I mean, the travel agency is a creator. It means that the agency is able to design, organize, sell, and operate travel and tourist products by combining different services at a set global price. That is what are called package trips or packages, or in French, forfait. Well, this term forfait is used not in French but also in other languages. When you listen to this word forfait, it means the packages or the trip packages, a trip that includes many services. Okay, And let's see the process. Okay, the process to create this forfait, but it's step number one. A permanent investigation of the market that has to be done to know the trends and needs of customers as well as the offers of the competition. This is very important because, first of all, a travel agency, it is a business and they need to sell and they need to create attractive products or attractive services, and to do it they need to know the market, they need to know the trends, they need to know the needs of the people and the preferences of the people, and the preferred activities, the preferred destinations, and everything. This way they can offer the best product for the people according to the context. With context, I mean the place, the time, the season, the kind of customer, the classification of the market, and everything. Step number two, the agency must be creative in designing new products that allow it to differentiate itself from the competition. We have the demand and the supply. We have talked about it before. The demand is all the needs, all the necessity of the customers, that what they want, right? And the supply is all the products available for them according to their needs, right? And there is the competition. The competition is all those companies that offer the same product that you offer to the public. It is very important for you to sell more because this is a business, and to do it you need to create a product that is different from the others. If you offer the same, they are going to prefer another provider instead of you as a travel agent or travel agency. So you need to offer something extra, a plus in your service, or something that makes you different and that is going to make the people to prefer you instead of preferring other companies. And well, so you must be creative. Next point, offering quality in service. This refers from the right choice of suppliers to in the treatment of customers. Remember that the quality is the relationship that exists between the expectation of the client and the experience that they have when they acquire a product or a service. So offering this quality can be your differentiator element, right? You need to take care of the quality every time or always in your product or in your services, because then people need to be happy and need to have a great experience in all the process that they have with you as a travel agency. The process before the trip, during the trip, and after the trip, right? Well, adequate and affordable cost. It's up to you. It's your obligation to look for good prices, to look for decrease the cost of your products. If you have a product in a low cost but a good quality, you can sell it in a better price or a higher price and to get a better benefit. Or if you get a better price, you can offer lower prices than the competition. Okay. Go one step ahead and not just organize trips, but constantly expand its activities. So the agency can also organize congresses, fairs, cruises, sporting events, etc. It means to expand your offer, okay? To expand your services according to the needs of the client, or to think everything in what a client wants, or to imagining what you want or what you want to get as a client. Think as a client, right? To improve your products. Well, let's see the following slide. Well, it says that another function of travel agency is as a marketer. In this aspect, it is intended to connect the agency with the outside, both through suppliers and customers, and thereby improve the condition of sale and purchase of the company. What's the meaning of this? You as a supplier or as a producer of a product or a service, you need to sell your products, and a good way to sell your products or to services is through a travel agency. A travel agency is a mean of distribution for your product. It's a distribution channel for your product. So this travel agency needs to increase your sales as a producer of a service or of a product, right? That's why it says that the travel agency is a marketer, because it's going to connect the clients to your products, and it's going to increase your sales and their sales obviously too. Well, the following slide doesn't have a text. Look it. Well, it doesn't have a text because this is something that is obvious. It says that it's practical or more practical. What's the meaning of this? It means that a travel agency makes the work easier for you. You don't need to be concerned about your trip, because they are the one, or they are the ones who are going to be concerned about it. And that's why it's practical, and because you can get all the services in the same place without looking for them individually or paying for them individually or whatever. Okay. Well, let's see the following slide. It says that this other function of travel agency is the financial. Why? Because it's very important to know how to manage the financial stuff in your company. Even, well, and more important here, because you are not producing the services, you are the intermediary. So it is, well, it must be done perfectly, because if you don't have a financial control, instead of having more earnings, you will have more losses, right? It says it refers to the good management of economical resources of the agency. To achieve this, it is necessary knowledge and analysis of economical financial structure of the company. You need to know how the company works, with what other suppliers we have agreements, and what is the margin of profitability that we get from every single service that we are going to resell, or that we are going to get the commission from. And to develop and analyze budgets, it is very important, because you need to consider the cost, all your costs of the trips that you are organizing, or the services that you are going to provide. And you need to have a goal of sales every month, or a goal of earnings, and this way you can control your sales according to the profitability that you want to get in every specific period of time. And well, to create an appropriate method to generate revenue, to organize and monitor expenses, as well as collections and payment to be made in time. With collections are all the payments that you're going to receive from your clients and your providers, and the payments that you need to make to your clients or your providers. Now let's see the final function of the travel agency. Well, as you can see, this the administration of travel agency is something very complicated. It may administrate the costs and expenses and the payments and everything, and the human resources, and well, all that. In big travel agencies, they have specialized departments to do that, and in small ones, the director is the person in charge of this. During the development of this subject, you are going to realize and to be more conscious about how difficult is the administration of a company like this. Okay, well, we're going to stop here, guys. I hope you liked the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it is useful for you. So please remember, if you want to get the participation, uh, leave a comment here in the video. And well, that's it, guys. Have a nice week. You have homework, so please be aware of the platform, because I'm going to upload another activity. And that's it, guys. Have a nice week, have a nice day, and